Alright, Sonic the Mania. By the Mania, for the Mania, as they said, which, that doesn't mean anything. None of this means anything at all. So, that's a good start. Existential crises. That's what the people want. The people want unnecessary nihilism. That's why Richard and Morty. That's such a popular show. Also because for some reason, the funniest thing you could tell a libertarian is, "I'm Pickle Rick! Yeah! Oh yeah!" I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, I don't even hate Rick and Morty. It's kind of funny sometimes, and then other times it's just like, what are you doing, man? This is stupid. And I guess this is just a lot of adult cartoons in general, because you gotta really. It's like you have such a broad scope for what you can do with an adult cartoon that you can't do with something made for kids in mind. But a lot of the times it's just made so they could tell the same poop joke they could in a kid's show, but they can show like a detailed ass shitting out. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like adult media could be a lot more than, even comedy could be a lot more than just being able to say fuck. But I'm not an expert. I say fuck a lot to try and be funny, so I'm part of the problem, really. I'm also part of the problem of flying Battery Zone really badly, because there are actually bottomless pits I have to be careful of. You know, I'm not used to that in this game. Usually I could just speed along like an asshole, but for some reason I'm just not doing that well. Oh well. But yeah, I feel like adult animation has like a lot of potential in not just comedy. Like all the adult cartoons I could think of are all comedy related, but it's like you have animation. You could pretty much draw whatever you want, and you choose to make like extremely crudely drawn like cartoons about murdering like random people, cause haha, murder's funny, I guess. I mean, sometimes it's funny, but if it's just like to show it as grotesquely as possible, that's not really that funny. That's shock humor. Shock humor has its place, but it can't really be the core. Like, the reason shock humor works is because, you know, you don't expect it. And another thing about it is that the characters kinda have to be cringing with it too. They can't be the one doing it, you know? The reason people don't like Peter's Griffin is because he's like fucking doing all this terrible shit, not getting his comeuppance for it, and also because he just doesn't give a shit. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't care. That's why Family's Guys, nobody really likes it except like, I don't know, like edgy middle schoolers. I was gonna say high schoolers, but honest to God, at least in like the second half of high school, I'm senior now. I have like 3 months left of fucking high school. Like, nobody watches Family Guy anymore. A lot of people don't even watch shit like South Park. Like, I guess this is what happens when I'm surrounded by gamers, because now all they talk about is fucking Fortnite. Someone in school found my YouTube channel and they were like, you should do Fortnite videos, and it's like, should I? I don't know. I don't know if that fit my style, which is kind of screaming and being a young bab. Like, I mean, that certainly is what's popular currently. Though I couldn't tell you how popular it is, because I only know it from people in school. Nobody else close to me, I've never heard anybody talk about Fortnite. I made the same mistake again. I'm doing really good. But I'm making the same mistakes. But yeah, I don't know. Would people watch Fortnite videos? I don't know. I don't even know if I'd have that much fun with it. Because I've never played it. I've never played a Battle Royale game in general. I mean, it might be fun. It sounds kind of addicting, you know. You got 100 people, you gotta be the last man standing. And, I mean, that kind of sounds appealing, but it also sounds like it'd be frustrating as all hell, which might be part of the appeal now that I think about it, because sometimes we want to feel like, damn, could have done that if you motherfuckers weren't in my way. And I mean, there is a skill level to it. In some of them, at least. In some of them, you gotta get good to be able to be #1. And it encourages you to keep on trying. But I don't know. I don't know shit about Fortnite. I think you, like, build shit in it. And the Battle Royale mode is more popular than the actual game. Because, you know, PUBG, baby, remember that? Remember that game and how it literally won, almost won. It literally won. It didn't literally win. It didn't win at all. But it was considered for Game of the Year. And that's wild, because PUBG is nothing to me. I feel no emotion. You know, like, Persona 5, whatever, I've never played it, but I've heard people say it's good, even if it's kind of weird. You know, I don't like how the 15-year-old is wearing that outfit, but whatever. If people like that game, whatever. It seems at least competently made. Horizon Zero Dawn, never played that either, but also looks competently made. Mario Odyssey, obviously a fantastic game. Zelda, a fantastic game. PUBG, it barely got finished by the time the Game Awards happened. It literally came out, like, the last week of 2017. I guess just so it could be considered for Game of the Year. But I don't know why it would be considered Game of the Year. It's weird. Game's weird. I guess that's the power of phenomenon, but, you know, Undertale was a huge phenomenon. I didn't see that win any Game of the Year awards or even get nominated. So what the fuck? I guess that just speaks to how much bigger gaming's getting and how, you know, normie games don't really count, I guess. I'm a normie gamer. I play, we normies play Mario Party and Mario Kart. None of this, the fuck is a fucking, I don't know. I don't know what any hardcore, see, that's the thing, I can't determine what's considered a hardcore game that most normies wouldn't play. I mean, I guess Celeste. It's not really it. That's kind of a hard game, but it's got a heartwarming story that people could relate to, which is more than could be said about Call of Duty. Here we are with Sergeant Joe. He's a soldier man, and he shoots so much. He's also one of the 1,000 gruff white men protagonists. I know we're getting controversial and spicy in here, mentioning how games are represented. But really, like all the big games that all the big gamers are into is like fucking here's realistic man with his realistic car. It's all about the realism. It's like, it just, I don't know. I don't know what my point is. I don't know what I'm saying. Games, there's so many of them. No! Go back. I keep getting reminded on the side. On the fucking side. I have two monitors, so I see the Sonic Mania Steam page, and it's telling us that Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, has a release date sometime in 2019. That's... I don't understand why they're making a Sonic movie. I mean... like... video game movies haven't proven to be profitable, and Sonic has a lot of trouble with his identity in general. What are you gonna make a movie about? And the question is, are they going to make a tie-in game with that movie? Like how... I mean, Sonic Boom wasn't a tie-in game, but it might as well have been, because the actual show's fucking better than the shitty-ass game. But I don't understand why we making Sonic movie. Is it because of the success of the Sonic Boom cartoon? I don't even know if it can be considered success, because Cartoon Network moved it to Boomerang because it wasn't getting the ratings they wanted. Because they didn't know how to fucking schedule, and that's a whole nother debacle I could go into about how fucking Cartoon Network schedules are fucking miserable. Like, I genuinely think, because of their funny Steven Universe bombs, they forgot how to schedule their network, because they were just like, okay, we're going to release like 10 episodes at a time, because that's how you build hype, you know? Like, maybe at first, but when you start taking like 8 months to drop a quote-unquote Steven bomb, people start losing interest. I don't know anybody who cares about Steven Universe anymore, except my fucking sisters, and that's it. I don't know anyone else who's still interested in Steven Universe, because the scheduling was shit, and you know, it gave people time to ponder, huh, maybe this show wasn't all we thought it was. I don't even, like, hate Steven Universe. I don't really like it that much. I think it's, like, acceptable for kids, I guess. I've seen worse. I don't know. I don't have strong opinions on the Steven Universe boy like everybody else does. I think it's funny to make fun of, because there are some moments that are like, you fucking jackass. I don't know. Who still cares about Steven Universe? Click like and I'll kill you. That's so mean. I don't even care, it was funny. I'm sucking dick at this, boss. I don't even care. Fucking click like it. God. Steven Universe was weird. Everybody was calling that one character racist. Like, I think it was Pearl. She had the big nose. I mean, this pointy nose. I guess it was kind of long. Big might be a stretch, but she had the long, pointy nose. And everybody called her racist because she got shown on the show more. And I mean, I guess... I can see... I haven't seen any moments in the show where she's, like, actually racist. Just the fact that she shows up more than the characters of color, which... I mean, that doesn't make her racist, that makes the writers and the creators racist more. That's what I'm thinking, but... I mean... Well, we can make call-outs for the small Steven's Universe boy anyways. If that's your thing, you can do that. And I expect the report in by tomorrow, also. Like, if you don't give me the lowdown on all the heinous ass crimes the Steven Universe boy has committed, then I don't care. You failed the class. I don't know. There's just some shows that I don't have very strong opinions on. I like shows that are like surreal as fuck and just can blend a bunch of shit together and work. That's why Courage the Cowardly Dog is like one of my favorite shows, because it's not over the top funny, but it's like weird in a way that fascinates me. I love it. And it also ends up blending a lot of like animations. There's like a couple of different animation styles that are tried to create some of the villains or other characters on the show. And it's cool. It's cool. I love that show. Gumball, I kind of have the same kind of affection for, because it manages to blend all these different animation styles so well. And the actual show is funny. Some episodes are better than others. Like, there are a few episodes that I'm like, oh, okay, now you're trying a little bit too hard. But I mean, that's kind of my style. I like shows that are out there and, you know, weird and not afraid to be experimental. Like, that's just my style. I appreciate when something tries something different. Especially if that execution is not half bad. And Courage and Gumball are very good shows, so I would say they pass the test. Or what other shows are even on Cartoon Network anymore? While we're on the subject of cartoon, they have that new Unikitty show. I haven't watched it because I still need to watch the Lego movies, but it looks fine enough. Looks cute enough. I like cute stuff. I like Kirby. So I could deal with it. I don't think it'll change my life or anything, but I think I'd find enjoyment in it. You know, not every show's gonna change your life. Sometimes you just gotta appreciate something that's fun. Even if it's not a masterpiece of God, like... will scholars be talking about the Unikitty TV show? I don't know. Maybe it is that good and I just haven't watched it. But it just seems like a show that'd be fun, which is what a lot of Lego stuff seems to be. It seems to be like kind of dumb fun, but very, very good at that dumb fun. So I'd be down. I'd be down to watch it sometime. I don't know when though. I have a very busy schedule of playing video games for YouTube. It's a very serious thing. It takes me about like 30 minutes a day, but sometimes not even, but you know, ow. But yeah, that's a show. I know a few people who like it, so I'd be down to try it. Especially since, from what little I've seen of the Lego movie, I thought it was really good. So I would be down to watch more kind of shit like that. I need to watch the Lego Batman movie, because that looked good. On top of the Lego movie. I don't know which one is better or worse, but it's Lego. It is just Lego. You know? You just gotta appreciate it. What else is there on Cartoon? I mean, there's Adventure Time, I think? I don't know. I haven't heard anybody talk about Adventure Time in like 3 years. Okay, that's absolutely not true. I've seen a few things about it recently, but it's very minor stuff. Like, I remember there was a huge fan base for it in like 2012, and I never truly knew what happened to it. Apparently, they did some bad writing or something in one of the episodes or one of the seasons. I don't really know. And I mean, I feel like part of the reason nobody talks about it anymore is because it's kind of hard to follow, you know? You have to watch everything to get what's going on fully. It's not episodic. It is episodic, but not in the way that, like, each episode is mostly self-contained. Which is why, you know, after fucking, like, 8 seasons of the show, it's a little hard to follow, you know? You know, I could watch, like, Gumball at any time. There's, like, 5 or 6 seasons of that. I could drop in at any time, because it's episode by episode. It doesn't play into previous episodes much, with a few exceptions. But that's my personal reason for falling off of Adventure Time, is because I was never really able to keep track of it. Oh fuck! I don't want to do blue spheres. Fuck my life. I'm gonna try it anyways, but just so you know, I'm doing this completely begrudgingly. But yeah, that's my scoop. I don't know. I don't really know the true reasons why Adventure Time faded out. But should it have? I don't know. Are some things better left in the past? Who knows? What other shows? Regular show's not on anymore. That ended. I never really watched much of it, but I remember it being cool. Sonic Boom, once again, they basically exiled it to Boomerang, saying like, alright, we fucked over your scheduling, have an absolute shitting cunt of a year, die. So that's what happened to Sonic Boom. Rest in peace. I mean, it's still airing, but rest in peace anyways, because it's probably not. I don't know if it's gonna get a 3rd season. Hope it does, but expecting it not to. I already mentioned Gumball. Yeah, I cannot think. I mean, there's Teen Titans Go, which I know there's probably some people who like that show, but I don't. I'm not. That show. Not just I didn't even watch much of the original Teen Titans, and I'm still like, wow, I am insulted by the existence of this show. And it really started, like, every cartoon on Cartoon Network having to be like a comedy spin-off, like, oh, Powerpuff Girls reboot, oh, but it's exclusively, like, comedy by the plushies, thank you. And they did the same thing with Ben 10 too. I never watched Ben 10, so I can't be insulted by that, but it's still like, wasn't Ben 10 an action show? Wasn't that the whole point? It was like, wow, Ben 10, it ain't gonna get any better than this. Action ain't gonna get better than this, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, they just welcome to comedy. We have the jokes. I guess that's what people want. They want the jokes. That's why people watch most people on YouTube, because they're fucking funny. That's why. I mean, it's also because that's pretty much the only format you could go on YouTube consistently is comedy. Because if you're trying to make something serious, I mean, you can. But that usually takes a lot more effort than me saying, oh, haha, Sonic fucking nuts. I take that back. I don't want to say that. I definitely don't want to say that. But that's much easier to do than trying to come up with, like a video essay. Like, I don't know. Every show just watch Comedy Central. Watch South Park, the funny racist Eggman. I could mention the South Park Otherkin, but I don't think most of the people subscribe to me know what Otherkin are. But basically, you take the concept of relating to a character and make it your entire identity. I mean, in concept, it's just I relate to this character, thing, etc. But in practice, everybody on Tumblr takes it too far and makes it really obnoxious. Like, if people just said, yeah, I relate to Sonic the Hedgehog, it'd be like, okay, I can respect that. But then it's like dedicating, like, don't follow me if you're also Peter Griffin. Don't do that one, otherwise I'll call you out. And it's like, is this all necessary? Is this all necessary? It's not that serious. It's just like fucking people all the time just say shit like, yeah, I relate to Sailor Moon having a dysfunctional life, because I too sometimes struggle to even make a ramen meal. And it's like, okay, that's normal, you know? We like characters in media when we can relate to them in some fashion. And that's where I think it should stop. I don't think it should be much more than I like this character a lot and I relate to them. But then it becomes a whole fucking ordeal. Like, people start drawing, like, fucking Martin Luther King white, because they're like, this is my Martin Luther King in my canon, and it's like, excuse me? I don't think Martin Luther King looked like that in any canon, but, you know, Martin Luther King's a real person also, but, I mean, there are people who, quote-unquote, kin real people, and that's a whole nother slippery slope, and I feel like I've already exposed people to too much information. Like, I feel really sorry for whoever watched this video, and all the way through and learned that, if you didn't already know. You know, if you already knew this, then I'm even more sorry. I didn't get a single special stage in this video, that sucks. I want to get Supersonic. But I think we're good for now. I think that's good.